Today's lesson is topic 3-3, distributive property. Our learning intention is I can use the distributive property to multiply larger numbers. Our success criteria is I will be able to solve multiplication problems with 2- and 3-digit multiples. Distributive property of multiplication. How to change multiplication problems to numbers you know. Distributive property of multiplication, a multiplication fact that can be broken apart into the sum of two other multiplication facts. This goes back to addition. 8 is the same as 4 plus 4, 6 plus 2, and 7 plus 1. 7 is the same as 3 plus 4, 4 plus 3, and 6 plus 1. Next, you need to know what parentheses mean. Parentheses mean do it first. If you have the multiplication equation of 8 times 4, but you don't know how to solve the problem with 8s as a multiple, here's how you solve the problem. Use the distributive property of multiplication. Remember, distributive property as one number stays the same and the other number splits. Again, one number stays the same and the other number splits. Let's look at this array for a minute. Here we have an array that represents 8 times 4. There are 8 rows and 4 columns. Remember that rows go across and columns go down. Our original array of 8 times 4 is here with all red dots. If we now make a new array and we have 5 yellow dots in our column but 4 across on our row, we now have 5 times 4. On our red one, we have 3 rows with 4 still going across. One number stays the same and the other number splits. The total is unchanged, as you can see from these two arrays. 4 did not change. 4 is the factor that did not change. The total is unchanged. The 8 did change. 3 plus 5 is 8. So we have to have two numbers that will add up to the sum of the other number. Our original array, 6 times 7. So we have 6 rows and 7 columns. If we create a new array, we haven't changed anything but the color. Doing this makes it so we can make some different numbers to multiply with. Let's say we did not like the number 7, but we liked 6. The 6 factor is not going to change. The number stays the same. So that means the 7 needs to split. 4 plus 3 is 7. The other numbers 4 and 3 are the sum of the other factor. One number must remain the same. The other numbers total the sum of the other factor. So remember, one must stay the same. The other numbers total the sum of the other factor. So if we look at this and we can say, okay, which number stays the same? 3 is in both of these equations. So we know that one of our numbers is going to have to be 3 in this equation. Now we look at the remaining numbers and we see 5 and 4. 5 plus 4 equals 9. So 9 times 3 would have been the original array. The original equation is 9 times 3. Distributive property of multiplication. Remember distributive property as one number stays the same and the other number splits. Our learning intention today was I can use the distributive property to multiply larger numbers. Our success criteria, I will be able to solve multiplication problems with 2- and 3-digit multiples. Here's a bonus slide just to remind you of some good numbers or patterns to choose when you're trying to split those numbers. Anything multiplied by 0 is 0. Any number multiplied by 1 will equal that number. The product will be an even number if it ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. If you multiply by 5, the product will end in a 0 or 5. Here's a trick with the 9. You've all heard of the fingers trick, but this is another one. If you look at 9s, the product numbers will add to the sum of 9. Also, the tens digit is 1 less than the number being multiplied. So an example is 3 times 9. You take the number 1 less, the 9, so 3, the number is 2. You now have to add up to 9, so 2 plus 7 is 9. So 2 is 1 less than 3. Add the product, 27. 2 plus 7 is 9. Just a way to check yourself. And on tens, remember that one? Multiply by 10, add a 0 to the end. Go back and watch this as many times as you need. Hopefully this will be clear and answer any questions you have. Thanks for watching.